Over, Chris.
Coming.
If you want. Drop it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a great podcast of Street Savvy. I'm your host, Jay Works.
Co-host, Kristen Bouchard.
We're here bringing you another great podcast moment. Again, folks, this is what we're here to do. Great opinions, great moments, great situations, things we have seen and went through, and opinions and stuff that's on our mind. We want to get off our chest, and hopefully the viewers like. That's what it vaguely is, and that's what we on top of it. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Great podcast. Chris, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? Good. That's good. Always good to be blessed. Always good to be blessed and knowing you're good and you feel good. How's the kids, Chris?
They're good.
Yeah?
Bit of sad news, though.
Yeah? What's the sad news, huh?
Our cat died.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
For 3.5 years from a baby. So, pretty emotional today. But we got through it.
Yeah? Well, God works in mysterious ways, Chris.
Don't I know?
Yeah, he does. He works in mysterious ways. And so you guys having a special ceremony at home, or?
Yeah, we're gonna, because the ground's pretty frozen and cold right now, we're just gonna put him in a box and give him his little area in the backyard behind the fence. So.
Oh, sorry to hear it again.
Yeah.
Real sorry. Okay, folks, we're gonna get this show started. We're gonna get it kicking off, and I'm gonna start out with some great sports news. I seen a huge interview that attracted my mind. And it goes from the good old boys basketball from the early 90s to the mid 2000s. And it was a podcast that Kevin Garnett's podcast. Allegedly, they were talking about contracts in the NBA. And he was saying, him and the panel was saying, all they deals from the Shaq deal, the Chris Webber deal, Juwan Howard deal, Big Dog Robinson deal, his deal, yeah, that was up in the mid hundreds of thousands. But at the end of the day, the NBA owners are getting paid slews of money for these talentable specimens of men, of boys, to be grown as men. And after all the tax dollars you get paid, you're not getting a fourth of what the bottom line is. And he said the owners sign these deals with you, and you have to sign a clause. You giving them back 10% they paid you.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And it was shocking because I know personally about those contract situations. And I know that it's very huge, but I also know it's tax. They tax them. They tax those millionaires, and not just them. Any ones of that sources get millions of dollars, and those athletes, they don't really get that number. They don't get that number. It is a shame. It is a sham on that number. So he was saying, hey, you got to do your thing. You got to make yourself known outside the court. You got to get other dollars. You got to be aware. You got to be a LeBron James. LeBron done made money in all different areas besides for basketball. You know, he ain't become a billionaire overnight for basketball. Of course not. And a couple $100 million he has made, with a number, supposedly, he has made several more $100 million in endorsements and other deals outside of basketball, as well as Michael Jordan as well, and as well as Kobe Bryant, and as well as Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is different money, but he was just naming several few of players. It's It's not made. It's not what it made up. And he says, he allegedly, I quote, he says, they make us to be villains. He said after, because he was a kid coming in the league, and he said as soon as he got them dollars, that back then the day they was fining you $500. Just 5 years later, they was fining you $200. A few years later, $1,000. Now it's 25,000. Some of those, don't quote me on those numbers, but the numbers was huge. In a way that he was like, yo, they get you. As ways they get you back with that dollars. So you don't really earn that numbers. So that's part of the sports news today. And NBA other news, in-season tournament. My Celtics was kicked out last night. They lost against Indianapolis Pacers. Indianapolis Pacers. They lost. So they will not play in this upcoming days in the tournament. Other teams in the division, Milwaukee, I think Miami, or Indianapolis as well, will be in the tournament. LA's in the tournament in the West. So hey, you can't win them all. The league is a big league. It's 82 games plus, and we ain't worried about that. It's just extra incentives for the players, and I think they get $1 million or more. So sorry, Celtics. Next time. Okay, let's get to our story of the day, and my lovely co-host is gonna bring it in.
Story of the day. Why do Black establishments such as nightclubs and parties get shut up? Some speculate it's called violent music. But in there, partying, having fun, being hypnotized by the beats, under the influence of alcohol, listen to Murder Kill. Some people may want to play out these actions due to some ill feelings that they may be feeling. Somebody may have offended them earlier in the week and they just want to act it out. So, some just think that, this murder music is what they call it. Violent music is like a negative factor. How do you party genuinely to those type of music when it causes violence in the clubs?
Well, that's sad. I can attest to that. I've worked in clubs for years doing security, doing a lot of work with the teens and the young fellas. And plus, I was once a youngster at one point in time. And in my day, I can definitely say that we went to club to party. And it wasn't this type of music. No drill music, no killing this, no killing that, no drug selling this, or what have you. Now, these days, I don't necessarily agree with what the young fellow was saying, but it's somewhat true to that. Because, yeah, you have a party these days, these guys ain't looking at the girls like we were. These guys are looking for the guy I got problems with. The guy they had problems with yesterday or the week before last, or the guy they had in the mall, or the neighborhood beefs, or the gang beefs. They're waiting to go to these parties and clubs, and they hear this music on the influence of alcohol, drugs, or whatever have you, whatever they do these days. They are in tune to kill. And the music is, hey, yeah, I shot him. I called him with the Draco. The Draco had a fully loaded clip, and I bang, bang, got him. Shot him dead, cool. So if I'm in the club and I hear that in the beat, I got him. Draco's on my mind. I shot him dead. 9 in the cap, 9 in his body. So allegedly, folks are doing that. I can't say because I'm not in no one's head, and I would never say that. But he has a strong point there. Before the music, I guarantee you the numbers is really, really astronomical. Out the roof of killings in nightclubs and streets and parties. People can't really go out and party. A nice looking girl today might have to go on with a vest. A superstar athlete in high school and college might not come home after a party.
Sure.
In my opinion, folks, if you feel this way, if this young guy feel, don't go. Don't go. Do not go. It don't make you no more punk or less than being a hero or a thug or that guy or that girl. Do not go. Because the music is everywhere. You can party among yourself and your friends in your home, drinking tea, water, juice, soda. Literally. And whatever have you want to do to make your night better. It's dangerous is what's going on in these parties and these clubs. These folks seem not to care. Trust me, for someone who's there on a nightly basis and sometimes over the years, several years I've been there, I've seen it. They get busy. It with guns or knives, They jump on folks. It's everywhere. It's not just in your cities. In my city, her city, his city, DC, Chicago, Boston, LA. Yeah, Miami. You cannot go to it without a big brawl. A game. NBA, NFL. Ignorancy is everywhere. And actually, it's more than blacks who listen to the music, but it's almost justified that blacks is the one doing the killing with the music. Literally. And allegedly, this is happening everywhere. So we're gonna keep following news, we'll keep investigating, and I will report back to you on that story. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, what else we got?
We got some news of the day. Chicago residents are actually fed up with the mayor and the migrant situation in the Democratic Party, because they're giving these migrants $9,000 a month.
Wow.
For school uniforms, computers, and shelters, while they're leaving the Chicago residents out. They're like, Democratic Party, you guys are out. Republican and Independents, now is your time. Come on, let's talk. And they calling for Trump.
Well, let me tell you, I seen that interview. I seen that. And just in all fairness, I'm not in Chicago, but I'm reporting that. Allegedly, that is crazy. That's ludicrous. That the residents are challenging the mayor and the Democratic Party to step up or get out. Mm-hmm. They asking the Republican Party, listen, what you got to offer? Mm-hmm. We're tired of the Democrats stepping on us and using us. They are playing politics with these people's lives over there in Illinois, and the folks of Illinois, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for stepping up and talking to your legislators, talking to your mayor. You're not having it. Now, I believe in fair and equal rights. But how is it equal and fair when the people in your country, your city is starving? The kids' education is low, but you're bringing someone else who's not from here, who has not lived their hypocrisy, that's in our own city and states, in our own country, and you're giving them $9,000 a month? Or whatever you're giving them. You're not giving it to the folks in these neighborhoods, in these cities and towns. It's sad. It's hypocrisy at its finest. It's bigots at its finest. And I go further and say that is a slap in those folks' face. Black and brown, Hispanic, you name it. Whoever's living there amongst that situation is in Chicago is atrocious. And it's been like that for years and months to come. And folks, I applaud you for standing up. And I'm going to keep reporting on this story, folks, until somebody makes a change. Until a party switches hands. And honestly, my personal opinion, Democrats, what are you doing for the country? I know several out there fighting on the front line. I know several Democrats. That's for the rightness for the people, for the pro-justice for the people. But then I know some out there that's heavy leaders in the Senate and in the White House. I have not seen or can report something you have done for my people, black and brown. Of any folks that's who's Democratic led or believe today. So horrific story in Chicago. Yeah. Thank you for reporting that. Great news. Okay. News, sports went by today. Topic of the day. Drum roll. Topic of the day. Racism. Whom is racism, and does racism plays a part in your lives and your work habit in your kids' school today? Can you elaborate on racism, please?
Racism comes in many different forms and tactics. It comes in the economic situations. It comes in the educational situations. It comes in the color of our skin, situations. So there's many different forms of racism, that plays out. And actually, you don't even have to be racist against just color or whatever. You could be racist against what type of neighborhood you live in. You could be racist against what type of disability one may have or may not have. You know, you may be racist against the type of religion someone is in or practice. So racism is it's an ugly thing. It's a judgmental thing. It's a hurtful thing. It puts people in a place of I'm better than you because of I come from here, I look like that, I speak like this, my skin color is this way, or my family has this type of money, or I'm with this Democratic Party or Republican Party and you're not. You know, I go to this type of school and you don't. I live on this type of town and you don't, this street or whatever. Racism is a horrible, hurtful thing. And I think, you know, we as people need not look at color, creed, or whatever and just see each other as who we are. You know, no one's better than the next. Someone may have a bit more money than the next or a bit more privilege, you know, more than the next, but that doesn't mean that they should act as if the next one does not matter. Racism hurts communities, racism hurts families, racism hurts people. Racism hurts education, you know? Gosh, there's so much that could go into that. You know, back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, keeping the, you know, disparity of, you know, black and whites or this one and that one, you know. We take all the money for our schools while we leave no money for your schools. Racism hurts. It puts people in lack, you know, in economic lack. You know, you take from one group and give to the other group. That's like dog eat dog type thing, you know, and then they say things like pull up your bootstraps and, you know, work hard. There is no pulling up your bootstraps and working hard when someone's got their foot on your neck on purpose, you know, to make them appear better. You know, racism, maybe it's a ego thing, a pride thing. Maybe the people that's coming up with racism or treating people in a different type of way, maybe they really feel low about themselves. So they got to create something to make themselves feel better about themselves to keep another group down. It's just not right. And I think people need to just like love people for who they are and what they are in life. You know, just get over yourselves, get over the situation, get over it. It's like played out. In my opinion, it's played out. This is what, 2023? And we still got people killing people over color. We still got, what is it? The affirmative action. You know, we should not need affirmative action. Affirmative action is put in place to make sure people of color and other races get a chance. That's disgusting, in my opinion. Seriously, that's truly disgusting. And it speaks a lot about the American people and government in places that you have to have a rule to make sure people get a chance in life. Why can't people just have a natural born chance? We all are born natural. We all are born into the same thing. Why can't we just all have the same chance without people taking from us in a sneaky type of way or keeping their foot on other people's necks? What do you think about that? I'm very passionate about that. So
listen. Excuse me, folks. I had a restroom break. I hear you, and I hear your pain, and I hear your struggle with the word racism. Racism, it's not room for it.
No.
It's not room for people with racial content, people whose racial profile. Racism lies deeply in people. I think. I think it's something that folks is embedded in them, and racism can lie in anyone: black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Japanese. Chinese, Japanese, you name it. It can lie in a lot of folks. And you need to know you hurt people. You hurt people. You hurt people in the sense that it can't happen. Racism is a stain on folks for any culture. Racism blocks you from lifelong driven things, from work, from education, from daily activities, from friendship, loyalness. At one point in my life, I looked at racism in a lot of different ways. First and foremost, a lot of jobs I couldn't get it. It was blatant ignorant and racist that I couldn't get a job because of the color of my skin. And it hurted me because all in my mind, I'm telling you folks this today, all I can think of is if I get this job or not, would I be able to excel? Would I be able to get the right proper pay of the work I can display? Work that I can display on any matter, or for the human being I am, respectful, never disrespectful. Respect everyone as one, not a color. I don't see color when it comes down to work, children, family, you name it. And it's a part of our way of living, folks. Racist people and racism is a part of the way we live, and that's dangerous. You've seen on an insurrection at the White House recently how that unfolded. It was ignorancy at its finest. Those people had anger, that fire in their heart. And no matter who told them or what they thought they heard, allegedly, they went to take something that they thought was theirs. They thought lawfully they could change. It was one of the worstest things ever to see folding on national TV right in front of us. And that shows you racism still lies. It's still the big train running. It's still that big bus. It was a thing they had recently about a Confederate flag and about the soldiers and things of that nature. And they were taking monuments down. And at certain national parks, certain ballparks. It was, oh my God, I can't even pronounce it. It was just something, it was something ludicrous to me. It was something crazy that all this thought of presidents of taking these flags down, these statues, that's about the people's feelings. And I have heard over the years of going to school, doing history, of people bragging or people talking about or conversations about the war, the Civil War, even a black person in war. Every war that America's been in, the black man been front and center. Black and brown man been front and center. And they never got their just due. Never. Even in the Negro army, the generals, the sergeants, never got their just due with families. And never long, leadership in the Senate, the White House, on the state level, city council, men, black women and men on the assembly. A lot of that. It was held back. Affirmative action. It was so much in life that dealing with racism is still in front of us. I tell a story right now that I tell a lot of folks. I'm in a local gas station home here. Nice vehicle I have. I pump my gas. I get in the car, put my seatbelt on. Nice day. You come out the gas station. You have to take a sharp turn just to get on the main street. But there's a light at that gas station. So it was about 4 cars in the traffic at the traffic light, and I'm coming out. My signal on. I'm looking forward, like you're supposed to do, look left to right. I see a Caucasian older woman. I see the car. I see her. I acknowledge her. I see the door locks go down. She gave me this crazy look. I started laughing in disparity. I started laughing in whoa. I know this car I'm in costs more than that car. I know this education of look is better than her look. But the ignorancy I got from that woman was far past anything. It happens to me several times in life. I'm used to it growing up in the city in Massachusetts. I'm used to it. I'm in the state of Massachusetts, in the city of Boston. I'm used to racism. You know, it's just sad that racism still lies in effect of work, landlords, welfare, distribution of city and state's funds. Me as a black man went to the child support office 4 times this year. And 5, 2 out of the 3, I got greeted with wealth and respect and honesty and empathy. The other 3, disrespect, looked upon, shunned upon, no help at all. Your license is going to be taken. You are no good. Them numbers there, you need to pay all of it. Or whatever thousands or whatever hundreds it is. When I asked for further information and I wouldn't stop, folks, that's what we shouldn't do, is stop and be determined of what we need and what we want in life, because the racism is ignorance and racism is not defined to me. I kept going. And I got the right answers. And God prevailed for me to say, to show them I don't owe that child support. Massachusetts stopped sending. You don't have to pay that. But New York State, the employees at this office, because I'm not going to say just New York State, but could be, who knows? Because at this point, I'm fair out of racism and racism. These folks was definitely taking my license and didn't care. This young Caucasian lady told me, listen, there's nothing I can do or the supervisors can do. You should have took care of your business in a better form or fashion. I said, no, honey, don't stop there. No. It's got to be somebody. Can I get your name? So when I started to put this knowledgeable effect on the conversation on the other end of that, she knew it was gangrene real. Because what lies in people who's racist, and that goes for anybody, white, black, it's ignorance in all of us. But it's prevalent in the white folk towards dark-skinned folks and fair-skinned folks. And honestly, if you ask me, black folks are racist against their own people in certain ways, in ways of fashion. Look at the black-on-black crime rate. It's higher than any crime rate with any individual is the same projective color, the same projective native background, or ethnicity background. Blacks is high. Black on black is the worst. And we don't talk, we talk about it, but we don't protest, we don't march, we don't upheld the ones who do it. We justify it. Right now, in the public eye, black folk today, at an ignorant level, are persecuting our entertainment heroes. Folks that we grew up just like us, poor, and made it. Pete Diddy's, the Bobby Browns, the R. Kellys, the Bill Cosbys, the O.J. Simpsons, the Michael Jacksons, the LeBron James. We persecute our people more than anybody in any ethnic background. It's a shame what black folk do to black and brown people today. It's worse than any racism, cop a tongue you could say to me. Because any day her son can go out and kill my son, what you call that? That's hatred at its finest. That's racism. Define and understand racism before you go out and say someone's racist. I lived it. You lived it. My parents lived it. Your parents lived it. Racism is not a place for it. It's not a place for racism or racist people. And that goes for anyone. How can you not like a person because they like the same sex? How? That's not your business. That's not your business. If she loving me, I'm loving her. That's not your business. If a black man and a white woman decides to love and like and have a child, that's not your business. You're ignorant. You're a bigot. You're racist. If I decide to go with Becky and walk in Becky's parents' house, mind your business, Becky parents. Becky been liking dark meat. Go get the memo. Pineapples, cherries, bananas. Real talk. Racism has no place in a society today, especially not on my watch or your watch either. So if you're going to talk something, Democrats and Republicans, talk that. And the stories are going around, it's got a lot of bigotry, a lot of racism, a lot of ignorancy. I seen the story been floating. I'm going to give you folks some real good news. Right now, it's popularity story running around. It's running around. Black Lives Matter, the chapters in certain cities and states. They got them appealing Hamas. Yeah. They got them doing this. They got them doing that. They got them supporting dangerous stuff around the country. They got them supporting rioting, allegedly, around certain cities, especially when there was rioting a year or two ago. They got them listed the worst of the worst next to the Proud Boys. You try to justify the Proud Boys more than they justify other leaders. And Black Lives Matter. Where that's going? Folks will throw a monkey wrench in, and that monkey wrench will get bended up straight forward when it gets back. That's how the bigots and the racists start. And I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, it start with Caucasian folks and other folks. But black folk, it lies in you as well. Deeply in you. And I get it. I get it. All the anguish and hurt and pain and murder and rape and lies and driven in you from white men. I get it. But because he has done it to you or me, you don't need to do it to thee or them. Or they. You don't. Black folk, you done been burnt. Whooped. Murdered. Still is. It ain't no one going out there hanging. Nobody else more than black folk getting hung and beat and accused and getting persecuted before proven innocent or guilty. We're doing it to ourselves, and the other man is definitely doing it to us. It's so publicized now. 30 years ago, they wasn't doing with this music they got today. They loving it. These companies are loving it. Because we killing each other out there. Every song come out. Every drill song, every gang banging song come out. There's a body. There's a murder. It's going to be plenty of more. Because they're going to react the song. Excuse me. Yeah. We are going to go out there and re-interact that song. Yeah, dog. I'm out on the block. Yeah, I'm out here. I got a ladder and this. Yeah, I'm ready. Got a Glock 40. I got something for you. I got that thing. The song drop out, yeah, dog, Glock 40, I'm out here on the block. I'm going to pop a nigga in tonight. Then they get high. So now the Glock 40 turned to something else. AK-47, Mac 11. And remember, folks, guns don't kill people. People kill people. And behind all that, the people getting killed in my neighborhood is black folk by guns. Check the ERs out around the country. So yeah, racism lies in all of us. Ignorance lies in every one of us. A racist person, a racist individual, man or woman, boy or girl, is dangerous. It's dangerous to itself and others around it. So think about how many cops, ambulance drivers, firemen, military, law enforcement, public politicians are racist. Yeah, leave that thought in your mind for a long time. So black folk, when you go to the welfare building, they call it the PA, public assistance. Think for a second. Think of your conversation. Because it really sometimes ain't gonna matter. They're already shutting us already, baby. So you got girls like Candace, what's her name? Candace Owens. I don't agree with a lot of things she said. But one of the things I did hear her say, black folk use too many excuses. The Democrats do too. You need to go out and get your own. She right. She right on that. No matter which way she put it. Ignorancy or not. Because she black. And she know a lot of that. No matter what she do, or what she say, what we believe in, she black, her baby black. I don't care how much you may follow white or not. But she right about that. Folks need to stand up and stand out and stand 10 toes down for their own beliefs. For their pockets, their money, their kids, their family, their car, their career, their education. Because with all that we've been saying this last half an hour, racism and racist people, you need to take that in effect. Take that in the notion. You're already one down, baby. They always say be two up on them. Never let the right hand know what the left hand's doing. You heard that sentiment. Racism is really bad. It hurts when your own race is racist against you. It hurts when another race is racist against you because of the color of your skin. It hurts even more deeply. You know what hurts me, though? Black on black crime hurts me more than anything. Because there's no doubt in my mind a white man would try me, want to murder me, want to hurt me, want to do other crazy stuff to me or anybody else. But for a black man, someone who family or them went through the same thing I went through for years and days and months to come and still going through it, still got to provide double more than a white man and might be more smarter, more stronger, more educated, and still got to work 10 times harder for you to go out and shun me and hurt me or mine or any other black family. It hurts me even worse to hear it in the feeling. Because it's no doubt in my mind a white man gonna try it. They're already brave enough to say the N-word. Or forget that, because N-word ain't never hurt nobody. Because black folk use N-word more than any white man. Any white man I ever know. I know white folk who won't even dare and hate that people use that. But black folk, nigga this, nigga that, nigga that, nigga that, nigga that, all day long. Hey, nigga, yeah, nigga go to stove, nigga. Yeah, nigga smoking that weed. Yeah, nigga go to stove. Yeah, nigga get my jacket in the car. Yeah, nigga watching the game. Yo, nigga. White man, like, why can't I say it on a conversation about a game or in the house with my wife or my kids? Why can't I say that? Why can't I say it on my co-workers, my constituents? White man, white girl, white boy, white leader, I wouldn't even exercise even talking like that. Even though it's ignorant shit that black folk doing each other, even though it's dead ass wrong, you right. But brother, sister, Caucasian folk, anybody who's real lighter than me, please don't get hurt because somebody else is ignorant. I'm gonna leave it at that. America, from your home to my home, racist people and racism is no place for it. For me, Jay Works, the host of this great podcast, Street Savvy, and this woman here,
Kristen Bouchard,
co-host. We ain't hearing it. We ain't feeling it. We definitely shunning racism and racist folks. God bless you, America. Stay focused. And the most important part of the show, you tell them.
Share, like, and subscribe to Street Savvy.
She said, share, like, and subscribe. You know her voice is beautiful. Mine is definitely different. Please, y'all, you heard the lady. Good night, folks.